What if there was an ancient roadmap, not just for a good life, but for realizing your absolute highest potential? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today, a 2,000-year-old text that lays out precisely that. Okay, let's get into it. So our guide for this journey is the Sutra on the 10 Stages. It's one of the most important texts in Mahayana Buddhism, and it's basically a step-by-step curriculum for becoming a bodhisattva, which is, an enlightened being who's totally dedicated to helping everyone else. I mean, think about that for a second. We're all trying to grow, right? To be a little better, a little kinder, a little wiser. This ancient text says that journey isn't just random. It's a structured path with clear stages, skills you need to master, and honestly, a pretty breathtaking destination. So where does a teaching this huge even come from? Well, the sutra doesn't just jump into a lesson. It opens with a scene that is, and I'm not exaggerating, truly cosmic. So picture this. It's not taking place in some dusty hall. It's happening in a celestial palace, way up high above the human world. And the audience? It's not a handful of students. It's a massive, countless assembly of super advanced bodhisattvas who've come from every single corner of the universe just to hear this. And yeah, who were these bodhisattvas? The text describes them as these incredible beings. They could travel anywhere in a flash. Their wisdom had no limits, and they could pop up in any world, in any form, to help people out. So the stage is set to show that what's about to be taught is a really, really big deal. Okay, so after this epic intro, one of the lead bodhisattvas, a being named Vajragarbha, finally reveals the core of the teaching. He lays out the map itself. And this is it, the bodhisattva's path, broken down into 10 distinct stages, or bhūmis. We're looking at the first 6 here. Each one of these is a huge shift in understanding and ability. It all kicks off with joy, then moves through purity, wisdom, and the mastery of some pretty incredible skills. Now, to really get a feel for this journey, we're going to zoom in on that very first step. You might think it starts with something super difficult or philosophical. Nope, it starts with joy. So, why joy? The sutra says that the moment a person truly commits to this path, they feel this immense, liberating happiness. And that joy comes from a very specific place. It comes from finally overcoming our most basic human fears. And get this, the text lists out these fears, and they are so relatable. The fear of not having enough to live on, of what other people think about us, the fear of death, and then there's this last one, the fear of public speaking. It's right there. This ancient text is telling us that the very first step to enlightenment is letting go of the anxieties that run so much of our daily lives. But this joy, it isn't just a warm, fuzzy feeling. It's fuel. It powers an incredible commitment. Because right when they enter this first stage, the bodhisattva makes 10 great vows that are going to guide them through all the other stages. And the scale of these vows is just, wow, it's hard to wrap your head around. This quote really sums it up. The bodhisattva is basically vowing to keep working, to keep helping for as long as a single other being is out there somewhere. It is a truly limitless commitment, and it's all powered by that first feeling of liberating joy. So, with that foundation of fearless joy and limitless compassion locked in, the journey keeps going. Each stage builds on the one before it, adding new layers of skill and wisdom to the mix. Stage 2 is all about ethics. It's called freedom from defilement, and it's about making sure your actions, words, and even your thoughts are coming from a good place. You're purifying your conduct, creating a really solid ground for all the growth that's about to happen. Now let's jump ahead to the 5th stage, difficult to conquer. This is where the path gets really broad. The bodhisattva has to master worldly knowledge. We're talking arts, sciences, medicine, logic. The point isn't just to be smart, it's to have the actual practical skills to help people in the real world. And by the time we get to stage 7, far-reaching, the bodhisattva's ability to help is on a totally different level. We're talking cosmic. Their compassion isn't stuck in one time or place. They can now help beings in any situation across countless worlds and for eons. It's just incredible. So after hearing about this incredible journey, you have to ask, right? What's the end goal here? What's the whole point of this path? Well, the sutra's really clear about this. The entire path is about perfectly uniting 2 things, wisdom and compassion. Wisdom means seeing reality exactly as it is, without any confusion. And compassion is that unstoppable urge to end the suffering of everyone else. You gotta have both. One without the other just doesn't work.
Okay, so how do you actually develop these qualities? The text gives us this really beautiful and clear metaphor to help us understand the whole process.
It says that spiritual practice is like being a goldsmith. You take this raw ore, that's us, and you put it in the fire. The more it's smelted, the purer the gold becomes. The path is just like that. All the challenges and practices are the fire, and these slowly burn away all the impurities, letting our innate, pure nature, our gold, shine through, brighter, and ready to benefit the world. The Sutra on the 10 Stages gives us one of the most detailed maps for human development ever created. It starts with joy and ends with limitless compassion. It's this incredible, ancient vision of what we can all become. So I guess the question it leaves us with is this. If that's their map, what's on your map for a meaningful life?